Hi friends, this is E, the Empty Nester. Today is an exciting day. It's officially potato time. When you see this little dandelion sprouting in your yard, it's a good clue that it's time to start planting your potatoes. Normally it's about 2 weeks before your last frost date. Here in Missouri, April 15th was our last frost date. You'll see how I took the potatoes and put them in a bucket and then pulled sprouts off of them. With these right here, these are short season potatoes. I don't want to take the sprouts off of them. I want to plant, because this is tiny, I'm going to just plant the whole potato today and not cut it up and let it grow. Because if I take the sprout off the tuber, this is, the tuber, let's say we'll call her mom, she's gonna give this plant all the nutrition that it needs to keep it going for the next 2 months, maybe 3. Sometimes the potato tuber stays on there and stays intact. Sometimes it just shrinks up and disappears because it's given all of its energy to the sprout. The potato, when it starts growing, the sprout is producing sugar instead of starch, and the sugar is feeding the plant here, and then it's also feeding the roots. The roots will grow out on the sides. The roots are the tuber is always going to be on the bottom, and then the roots are always going to be on the sides. So you only need a few inches of soil underneath of it, and the rest of the soil for the roots to go each side of it and out. And then, let's see if I can get these out without messing them up. Okay. On something like this one has several plants on it, and what I can do is just take a knife and slice and put hunks of the potato separately on the ground over there and create, several plants with this one. Or I can choose to leave it whole. This one also can create several plants, and I'll show you in a minute how you can cut them up. And this is a Kennebec or russet type of potato. It's locally grown by a Mennonite farmer, so I'm not really sure exactly what this, the name of this is. This is a Yukon Gold for sure. I grew it last year and saved seed. And this one, if you look around it, see the little hairs? The longer it stays in here, the more roots and eyes will come out of this to create more plants. Let's dig in this bucket here a little. Okay, this right here is purple Peruvian, and so far it's got one plant started and some little eyes. This one here is a purple Peruvian, and they were both put in at the same time. And look at the difference. This one's really fertile and has a lot of, plant starts on here. And what it is, I chitted these, put them in a window, an area near a window. And this one grew more chits faster. This one grew more chits faster than this one. And that got this one started quicker. This right here is a tiny potato that it's an organic potato that I bought at the store, and it's got a few little chits started without even putting it in the sun. All I did was put it in this container with the this is a sterile potting mix of cocoa coir and vermiculite. You can do this in straight cocoa coir and reach the same results. All you're doing is adding moisture to the potatoes and getting the roots to develop. And let me go ahead and get started at showing you how to plant. If you want to come over here. Hi friends, this is the Empty Nester. It looks like it's potato time again. Yep. This is number 3 in a 3-part series of 3 different ways to grow potatoes. Today we're going to plant potatoes in the ground, pretty much the basic way that everyone has been doing it forever, other than this is a raised bed that I've been working on for years. It's been built up with manure and really good topsoil, and really, you know, there's wood products and things like that in here too, to where the soil is really good, and I really don't have to do anything but move the soil over. The benefit of this is I'm not disrupting any of the growth that's happening underground to make plants healthy. All I have to do is take the potato, and you really want to go in about 3 or 4 inches and put your potato in where these are chits right here, where I kept them in a warm area and they were exposed to sunlight, like in a windowsill, and they formed this kind of chit. What I really like to do is to take a pot or a container like this and put my potatoes in and get the, I don't want to get the plants started for this time. I do for the pole sprouts. These are short season potatoes that'll be ready in 60 to 90 days, and all I want to do is get the roots started on these, and I'll put these in the potting soil or cocoa coir in a bucket and leave them in there for a week or 2, and then take them out and plant them in the ground. But today I'm just going to put chitted potatoes in, and I'm going to put them in whole because the temperatures right now are, like yesterday was 90 degrees and it's getting warmer, and I don't want to add too much stress to these. And when you bury it deep, you're protecting it. You can go down 3 or 4 inches and then put the potato in, and you're protecting the potato from both cold and frost or excessive heat, because the potato needs warm temperatures. The roots grow with temperatures between 50 and 95. That's 10 degrees to 35 degrees Celsius. They're most active in 59 to 68 degrees temperature. They start growing the stolons that come out and produce the potatoes in temperatures of 68 to 77 degrees. That's 20 to 25 Celsius. So with it being really warm right now, or if you're in a further north of Missouri in a cooler area, if your dandelions are coming out, the little yellow flowers in the ground that everyone calls a weed, it's the perfect time to start planting these. It's usually 2 weeks before your last frost date. So all we're going to do today is pop this one in the hole and cover it up and wait for it to grow. Some people, just a second, let me grab the potato. Some people like to cut the potatoes up. You can go along like with this one. I would just cut it off here and here, like that, in 3, because of the chits that are on it, and make 3 potato plants. Because this is kind of like the mom. It has all the energy to feed this plant. It provides a sugar, and the starches in here turns into sugar and keeps the plant healthy and growing. You can even just slice off a little bit of skin, and over there I've got a potato peel that I put in the compost, and it's growing into a potato plant, and will produce potatoes. But they basically recommend right here's on this area, that's where it used to be connected to the plant. When you chit it, you want to put it in an egg carton and set it up in this direction, or you want to cut the potato off each end. And then this one's too short to do 4 cuts to, so I would just turn this into 6 potatoes. If it were a fatter potato, I would go ahead and cut it again like that. But I'm just going to leave it like this for right now. And some people just let these set out and air dry. That way, when you're cutting it, you're taking a chance of this rotting in the ground. So by getting a skin, dried onto the plant potato, then you're avoiding some virus issues. But I'll bring you in closer and you can see one more time how to plant the potatoes. Okay. Just gonna reach in, pull the soil out, and then see all the sprouts here. I'm just gonna set it in like this and cover it over. This soil is already really rich. Look at the worm there. But put my straw back around the areas, but not lay a lot on top of it. The straw helps keep the moisture in the ground. And the spacing is about 8 to 12 inches apart on a short season potato, because all of their potatoes grow up on one level. Like if you can see this right here, short season potato, the potatoes form left and right under the ground. A mid-season, they'll form a couple rows further down. And then a long season, the maximum it'll go is 12 to 18 inches of growth. That's why a lot of potato bins fail, because potatoes can't produce that high up the stalk. With these, I'm just gonna let them grow to like this size right here. In the next week or so, I'll put a little extra dirt around it. Let me get this last one in. And then with potatoes, you can do companion plants, broccoli and cold crops like that get along fine with potatoes. And they say corn too, but I really wouldn't want to plant my potatoes with my corn. And they say it is keep the potatoes away from tomatoes, and the reason for that is because they're both related to each other. And if you get a disease in the potatoes, the tomatoes will catch it. If you get a disease in the opposite, you can lose both crops. So I'm gonna, on the edge here, plant some broccoli and cauliflower maybe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Gotta find a space for this one, so I'll just put him right here. That's 4. So in 60 to 90 days, I'll have Yukon Gold, Red Pontiac, and I'm not sure if these are Red Northern or, exactly what they are. They're something that's grown by a local farmer. And it's best if you can get produce, that grows in your area and regrow it. That way it's used to your environment. I'm going to go ahead and add a 4th way to this video. I normally don't plant in containers, but this potato right here that I took off from the pole sprouts in the first episode, I'll put a link, up here in the corner. I'm going to take a container. I've filled this container right here with about 2 inches of sand, and that will help wick water up. I can drill a hole in the side here so that this container will never have more than the 2 inches, or take it up a little bit further, 2 1/4 inches of water. That'll maintain this plant. All I'm going to do is take a professional grade potting mix that's basically, what do you call that? Peat moss and perlite, it looks like, or vermiculite. I'm going to put a little bit of layer on here and then just pull these guys out. I'll add the sponge in the corner here to make sure that some wicking happens. Keep this thing moist. You want potatoes moist, but you don't want them wet. This one's already started growing little bitty potatoes, but I'm just going to place it on the ground here. Make sure you can see, and then take more soil. And then put these, spread this out a little. Take a little bit more of the Happy Frog, because there's really good nutrition in the Happy Frog, and put in here. And then cover it to right here. And then as it grows, when it gets, maybe about right here, I'll add more potting soil to the container here. I don't want to suffocate them. They need the green to produce tubers. And then we'll compare this to how well they grow in the ground. But that's it for now. More or less the traditional way. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.